have come to make sure that the construction of the prison is making progress. My Simons are working hard, my lord. I hope we receive reports that the humans are organizing, leading actions at the station. It will not happen again. If we need to keep the humans busy, I can certainly find some use for them. It seems your cyborgs are behind schedule, so workers might be useful after all.
For our first session, we will face off in pairs. Choose your...
So it's just described, sprite light and this beauty, and I just think that it's going to be more beautiful than I can even imagine. Here's my, how do you feel? I feel, I don't know, I feel like brushing my teeth. It was wonderful. Slept under the stars, more sleep than what I felt like. So, no more chance here, but no more. So, I'm getting the real feel of it. We're experiencing campfires, cooking on a campfire, eating with our hands, less forks, less spoons, less knives, no running water, no toilets, well, holes in the ground, yeah, definitely. So, it's a good experience. I mean, that's so much having no water, and, he didn't say a word. He didn't say anything about a hotel. But the fact that he just did it, that's the whole explanation of cooking. Rub some of the hot ashes together. Or we took some of the hot ashes over there. Some more of the hot ashes. And we started to do that.
I told Kevin last night that, I don't want to leave, and I don't want anybody here to leave. It's like I want us all to stay together. Because the group has really grown together through the pilgrimage, through the struggles, through, getting on and off the bus and waking up early and going to bed late. And each day seems to get better and better and better, and it's like if it gets any better, we're just going to explode. And so much of this pilgrimage has reminded me of the early Christians, especially coming out here. They walked everywhere they went. They would sleep on the side of the road. They would meet other churches from, say, Corinth or Rome, and they would get together as church.
In the bus, we're going to truly the pilgrim experience because everybody's dirty. It's going to get in the bus and it's going to smell and it's going to...
Look is good.
I think it's about bugging, to be honest. We're going to Mont Saint-Michel. It's a shrine that was originally founded in the 8th century. St. Michael, protects against the devil. That's the prayer. I'm not exactly sure how the prayer goes. I think St. Michael the Archangel defending in battle. Protecting against the wickedness and snares of the devil. I have a card of him that has it. And so whenever you feel like you're really being tempted, it's good. It's good to pray to St. Michael. On the front of the prayer card, St. Michael, it's got St. Michael stepping on the devil's head, and that's kind of what I imagine St. Michael's. The devil's tempting me, and St. Michael's just stepping on his head, And according to tradition, legend, Harry could be built, actually a chapel to be built on this small island called Lonesome Shelf. Actually, first of all, it's not. It's an island sometimes it's not.
Last night around the campfire, a scout told us the legend of Mount St. Michel. And he spoke of the angels, of God, and
Where did you go?
Overcome the darkness. With the light of Christ. I hope you gain by seeing Mont Saint Michel courage as St. Michael had courage to go out and defend my faith and to show the world that I'm not afraid of my faith and who I am, because my faith is who I am. The prayer today is St. Michael. To make us courageous, unafraid, to stand up for what we believe, and if necessary, to die for the truth, for Jesus Christ. Are still leading the church. No question about that. But of course, they were leading the millennials in greater percentage and numbers more than the Gen Zers. The Gen Zers started slowing that down, but still they are leading and still a pretty good rate. But there are ways of dealing with the Gen Zers. A lot of them do want good, rational, objectively based evidence for God, for Jesus, for life after death.